Chairman DiGirolamo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and welcome. And to the three of you, thank you for your good work that I know you do each and every day. And I'm going to talk about consolidation. And while I oppose the consolidation of the health department as well as aging, I'm going to concentrate on drug and alcohol for today's meeting. And a little bit of a history, very brief history. We created the department in statute in 2010. And I believe that everybody on both sides of the aisle here, except for one maybe, I think voted in favor of it, including the two chairmen. Governor Rendell signed it into law. Governor Corbett instituted it. Governor Corbett named Secretary Gary Tennis the first secretary. Governor Wolf reappointed Secretary Tennis as the secretary. And this was the intent of the legislature to create this department. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, Secretary Tennis was fired because he opposed the consolidation plan. So no surprise that the three of you are here today supporting the consolidation plan. And this is not a knock against the governor. I like the governor. This is not personal. This is policy. In my 22-plus years in the General Assembly, doing away with the Department of Drug and Alcohol programs in the middle of this epidemic and crisis that we experience is the worst idea that I have ever heard. And I know the governor cares about this, and I know he's very passionate, but this is wrong and it's misguided. And I want to let the members know, 2 weeks ago, the governor's appointed own Drug and Alcohol Advisory Council voted 6-0 to oppose the consolidation plan of the Drug and Alcohol Department. The governor's own appointed Drug and Alcohol Advisory Council voted 6-0 to oppose this plan. Couple points. Last year's budget, the budget that came out of the House that we voted on in a bipartisan way, had in it $1.5 million for increased staffing in the Department of Drug and Alcohol and $5 million for monies for our local county SCAs for an emergency addiction treatment fund. When the bill came back from the Senate, that money was gone and used to create the Centers of Excellence. Secretary Smith, did you have you or any of your staff have any input or say in the creation of the Centers of Excellence?
Sure. I mean, I can't speak to any role that former Secretary Tennis would have played, but I can speak to any role that I played. So early on in the discussions about the Centers of Excellence, we did meet with several members from the Department of Human Services and discussed what the Centers of Excellence were, a general idea of how they'd be established and how they differed from the CCBHCs.
My understanding was that you didn't have very much input at all, you or any of your staff. Can you, in just a couple of sentences, explain to me the functions of our county SCAs?
Certainly. Our single county authorities are our local boots-on-the-ground organizations that help assess community needs, and they tailor prevention efforts and treatment and recovery support efforts to be focused primarily on the needs within their community.
It sounds to me that the functions of the Centers of Excellence and the SCA are very, very similar. And I find it ironic, past ironic, that we're here talking about consolidation of the Department of Drug and Alcohol program, and yet last year we created these 45 Centers of Excellence, a new bureaucracy with similar functions that our SCAs do. I mean, I find it ironic that we're here talking about that. And when I look just at DDAP and the consolidation, I don't believe there's any savings at all, is there? I don't think there's one saving. And I see my yellow lights coming out. I mean, duplication. I mean, I don't know where we get this. I just think this is the worst idea that there is out there. Your good work, and you and Gary Tennis and your staff, I can't help but think that this drug epidemic would be 2 or 3 times worse than if it was not for your good work. And I'm just going to leave you with this. You've got to fight. And I'm going to fight you, and I think you've got to fight for many people here in the legislature. It is absolutely the wrong thing to do. Thank you.